you know. Sorry, I just tickled myself. I'm like, oh, Mr. Wave. You literally legs, arms, and a head. What the fuck? Oh my god! Firing blanks.
Mine. I spoke back.
As you can, and boom. Oh. I pressed a random button and it was the button for this thing I'm already on. We offered Side-Eye Guy's asshole up to the incubus/succubus. Nothing happened to his bumhole.
It's a noxious odor and it smells pretty rotten, and I've got a strong suspicion it's coming from your bottom.
I get brown and pink mixed up. Fuck off. No. Marilyn Monday. I saw that video. Happy birthday, Mr. Beardo. And chat of sorting laundry, so much laundry. Christmas Day. We're ending in 10 minutes. Turkey battle cry. Beardo looks like a white camp Mr. T. A pitbull. CRL, if you clip that,
Oh, Beardo! Hello,
Fucking
chat. I was about to write in the chat buongiorno.
Scared the shit out of me shouting that loud. Look at this shit. They're in line with my nipples. They're lower than my nipple. Where's my nipples gone? Gun is firing peanuts! Peanuts!
Fire him with your penis, Beardo!
Side-Eye Guy. He's that posh. He's like James Bond, but with a sock. I've been stunned. I got him through the stun. I'm getting accused of hacking for that. Good evening, everybody. Apparently, we've got a Mayo read, so I'm sure that has got something to do with Crow of Judas. Where is Pete today? Pete is there. Wearing his tinfoil hat. Being guarded by Beardo in action figure format. Pete still got his hat on. Hope everybody is doing well. I hope you've all had a fantastic weekend. The cool weather has finally arrived. Crow, thank you for the raid. Good to see you back and being busy again, you lazy bastard. You only had COVID. Had to make a decision tonight. Beardo or WWE? Beardo won. Champion. Special Ed, hello. Wiener raid. Maybe I should have said hot dog and mayo raid. Crow said to say it, so there it is said. Fair. Fair enough. Who was first in? Pretty sure it was John Boy. It was. John Boy Patton first in. Where is the leather hat? There. I tried wearing it at the recent bike rally, but it was 27 degrees, and goddamn did that hat get hot. Scared little raven. Good evening, Mrs. Geek, the beautiful wife. Beardo recreating WWE. I mean, if you've checked out Facebook, you'll see what I've done to Annabelle on Facebook. It'll be in tomorrow's video if you don't have Facebook. Longer version on tomorrow's video. My first in ever. Let's go, John Boy. Good evening, Justin. Justin's got a fantastic guest tomorrow. You may have heard of him, Dr. Kieran O'Keefe. Apparently he knows me. I'm disappointed in you, Beardo. No Backstreet Boys merch. Aha! Do you fucking doubt me again, lady? Pink Angel, hello to you. Do you ever doubt me again? I knew somebody'd complain. Where's Pete? Pete's there. There. Maybe if I turn that light. There you go. You can see everything a bit better now. Beating up poor dollies. Did more than beat her up. Beardo, did you enjoy your sleep in the bath? Joe, I didn't even realise I'd fallen asleep. I remember saying to Justin, Ali and Mrs. Geek, I felt my eyes dropping, but yeah, I was literally outers for about 5 minutes. They're all talking out, and there I was, Glasgow Ghost Hunters Paranormal, thank you for the £5. Good evening, Mrs. Geek. I hope you're well. Guys, can we get some hearts in chat for Glasgow Ghost Hunters? He's okay, but he had a bit of a prang in his car. Well, a bit of a prang. He's wrote his car off, bless him, on his way to work. I'm glad you liked it, Beardo. Happy you got it. Hell yeah. I've done so much with this today. Mrs. Geek is indeed getting ready for work. Right. Let us do the thing. What thing? Participants. That's it. You picking on Annabelle? Yeah. It's going to get a lot worse. Alexa on Wheels, Ali Up, Alrar, Andrew Hills, Anita Drake, Anna Arcadia, Bean Sawyer, Big Time Ando, Black J... What? Can't have that as a name. Blue Sky Lissa, Bob the Beard, Buggy, Kaz Scarlet, Chemical Knee Rub, Cherry Word, Chris Rice, Christian, Coco Paint and I Know Things, Cody Breman, Colin Thomas, Craig Adams, Creedy Casey, Cree Storm, CRL, Crow of Judas, Crystal Balls, oh fuck, Crystal's here. Hyde. Dan Lagore, Dave Keynes, Dawn C, Dean Bailey, Death Stalker, Dracana, Ember, Emma Rose, Erica Lynn, Fantastic Publishing, Sarah, Fahab, you beautiful bastard, Full Metal, Ganja Mama, Gillian Daniels, Giuseppe Stromboli, Glasgow Ghost Hunters, Granny Dumpling, Greg Probert, Hannah Toes, wait, Granny Dumpling.
Piss off, Ghost!
Giuseppe Stromboli, Glasgow, I've done all of them, Greg Probert, Hammer Toes, Hauntex TV, how you doing, Ali, Haley, Cherry Fizz, Holly, it's Jolene, Crimson Fucker. I didn't mean to skip you, but if you hadn't typed before I read it, you won't turn up. Mike, oh, how you doing? Gene C, Cheese Mixed Bag, Jet Jutson, John Boy Patton, Jord Mart, Juanita George, Judith Ottoman, Kate Albers, Katie, Kaylee Raven, Jones, Kells, The Welsh Angel, Laura Wilson, Leanne the Cleaner Parazone, Little Miss Mayhem, Lula Moon, L Skipper, Mags McLeod, Margaret Kieran, Marie Jane Ginjuice, Matthew Green, Megan Behind Blue Eyes, Mike, oh, Mike's Mysteries, Mickey 24/7, Mrs. Geek's Beautiful Wife, Mystic, John, Mystic, Mimo, Nancy, Nick, Derek, one Annalise. You and Mrs. Geek are in my bad books. Pam Spencer, the Paranormal Monkey Podcast, with a fantastic guest tomorrow at 8 p.m. Paranormal Fun, Paul Harrison, Pauline B, PBR John, Pokraim, Pompey Bird, Pugster, Punchable Nun, Ray J. Wench, Rebecca Keynes, Rebecca Visnicki, Richard Larson, Samantha Cornell, Scared Little Raven, Shadow Icy, Shelley, Simon Stevens, Smashing Beauty, Spider Queen, Squiggle Worm, Steve Dodsley, stories by Kim, Surrey Supernatural, Tabitha, Tanya Phillips, The Pink Angel, Cy Parsons, Valleys and Dragons, Vixen Moo, Wayne Dawson, Whippet Mama, Will Lloyd, Wanderer, and Weird Fox. How you doing, Weird Fox? Oh no, not Beardo's bad books. See, I can smell the sarcasm. Well, Annalise. Jed, how are you doing? Little Miss Mayhem, Death Stalker. Hope everybody's had a fantastic week and a weekend. Well, you should be an auctioneer. 50. If I complete Silent Hill 2, I'll have to restart. It's only taken me 6 months. Fucking hell. I haven't played this since the last time I streamed it. But I like this a bit bright on me. It's a bit better. So, anyone watched anything good this week? I finally caught up on the Ghosts on Trent and Ouija Brothers. Do you know what? It was good to see them go back to that house just to debunk something. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you, but there was an item in the house that could have produced a sound. They went back, they tested, and they were like, yeah, it was probably that. Great stuff. How many other teams would have just gone, we got hissed at, it's a demon? A lot of people on a Sunday night that deserves a wee? Absolutely. Any fangirling in tomorrow's chat? I'll ban. Rude! The sunburn looks like it's cat. See, all the sunburn is bronze now, but my ankles, there's still these red strips on my ankles. Would I consider doing a phone in? I mean, I don't want to give my public phone number out. It's bad enough the Proving Demons has been trying to dox me. What has YouTube done to our names? I have no idea. Punchable None, hello, can I get a possum? Pete needs to pick me up today since 2 years my father passed away. Alexa on wheels, absolutely. Mike, oh yeah, with the 29 months, let's go. Beardo's looking healthy, appreciate it, thank you very, very much. Stories by Kim, thank you for the £5. My daughter has been creating Being for you, Mrs. Geek. She's so excited to send them soon. Hey, let's go. Stories by Kim, please thank your daughter from both of us. Can I get a tickle? I suppose so.
Hot diggity dog, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls. Hot diggity dog, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
Crazy Kitty, hello. Big Max Golf, hello. I'm very well, thank you. Watford Billy, hello. That's a farmer's tan. My ankles still look burnt. I think I've done some damage there. I'm just Raven. Stupid name. You're not. You're a scared little Raven. Because I told you you are. Accidentally hit send too soon. Why did my mind imagine a babe station calling? Listen, I don't mean to burst anyone's bubble, but if I'm crawling around on my undies, you're going to throw up. Brandy Day Falling 3 Mini HG text. That's a mouthful. I'm going to call you Brandy. Howdy to you. Thank you for the 2 months of early access. Have you received your parcel yet, Beardo? No, I have not. Pan me. I mean, people just love to get spanked by Crystal.
You've been panned.
Horror, how are you doing, lovely lady? I hope you are well. Mama Geek, hello. Hey, Crowy, are you still in the caravan? I opened the back door 3 times and there's no smell of food from next door. There's no beer passed over the wall. Nothing. Hey, Beardo from East Anglia. Hello there, Curious Potato Wanderer. Hello there, Brandy 2 months membership. Let's go. Hi, Beardo from Niagara Falls in Canada. Happy Ponies, welcome in. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of new names today. That's good. Oh, Crystal, I've missed her dulcet tones. My dad sunburnt Bottom's feet once. He was sunbathing on his oh. Ouch. Hey, Raven Paranormal. Shane and Mary, let's go. Sorry.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Anne Wilkerson, thank you for the £5. Say hi to Matt. He's putting a new wardrobe together. Matt. Man stuff. I approve. I'm very good at man. I'm not. Anton, hello to you. Antonia. Sorry. Very, very sorry. Antonia, how are you doing? Cody Breedman, thank you for the $5. Thoughts on possibly getting a Goonies 2 in the near future? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Beetlejuice 2 was just not there for me. Don't do it. Negan, please? Absolutely.
Hot diggity dog, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls. Hot diggity dog, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
Tuesday? Fucking hell, Mum. I'm totally not scared. You are scared, little Raven. I'll hit you with my hammer. Stamford, Connecticut. Erica Lynn, let's go. Appreciate you. No, you're not, Beardo. You cannot work a spirit let. True. Watching Stranger Things for the 5th time. I'm going to probably rewatch it for a 5th time just before the new one drops. Monkey Man, hello to you. Beetlejuice 2 sucked. It did. Adorn me, please, Beardo. Absolutely, Richard Larson. You are adorned.
Oh, fuck off! Adorn me, Beardo. Fucking A! It's perfect!
Beetlejuice wasn't quite there. No, it was something just slightly off with it. And it's a shame. People absolutely ripping the new Superman movie to bit. I really didn't like it. I'm not a Superman guy, which is probably why I enjoyed Cavill's version. Because it was the least like the fucking big blue bell-end Boy Scout. Tuesday night after the live, I had Possum Pete dancing and singing in my head when I was trying to sleep. Better than sleep paralysis, though. Looking forward to Kieran O'Keefe and Anna O'Keefe on the podcast tomorrow. Yeah. I'm not going to say anything because Weird Fox will just ban me. 100% fair play to Steve and Paul for going back to that farmhouse to debunk that hissing sound. Always good to go back to locations to investigate more than once. We will definitely return to that farmhouse. Yeah, I mean, they've done it. Dorset Paranormal. It's good to see teams getting things and then not just taking it and running with it and then going back to investigate, reinvestigate and look deeper. I think it's a fantastic place for all of us that don't pretend that dolls are fucking scary. Bruce Galissa, thank you for the 17 months. Of course you can have a dude, bro.
Dude, bro! Dude! Bro! Demons! Demons, bro! Murders! We've caught a ghost!
Matthew Green, I haven't seen the Fantastic Four yet. Honestly, August, I have barely been home. We've been out everywhere. Investigations, wild camping, Alton Towers. August has been crazy. What do you think with the Warren House Museum costing? There's a video coming out about that tomorrow, Zolo D, so I don't want to say too much about it tonight, but what a fucking rip-off. Black Ops 6 skin's not going to carry over to 7 this time. Andrew Hills, they're carrying over to Warzone, which is my main game, so I can still play with Silent Bob and the Viking. I'm good for now. Just snipped in to say hello. Hello, Jennifer Taylor. My local theme park is using Conjuring movies as IP for one of the haunted mazes this year. If you used to go... See, I like the Conjuring movies. I enjoy the Conjuring movies. I haven't... Is Peacemaker Season 2 out? I will be watching it, because when Fahab came down, we started watching it, and it was fantastic. Fantastic Four's got really good reviews, to be fair. Really enjoyed your new channel, Beardo. Looking forward to more vids. I've discovered something. I don't know how to screen record OBS without getting OBS Inception, because I was going to teach people how to set up OBS to do what I do on lives and for recording videos. I can't work out what the fuck to do it. Can you wish my best man Dewi? Is that a Welsh name? Dewi? Yeah. 59th birthday today, please. Best man Dewi. Happy 59th. Chat, do your thing. You love Paranormal Quest? The nice... Yeah, somebody was saying in the comment section the other day, why don't you ever mention Paranormal Quest? Why don't... And I'm like, I've done videos on Paranormal Quest, all in the positive. Not only that, but I've been on their podcast. The movies bug you? Fair, I can separate that. Dude, how do you do that? Because I'm about to get on my e-bike and go to work and listen to Wisdom, and the first song is Dude Bro Demons. Because his beats get my legs pumping. Fair. Good evening, Darren Autistic Chat. Hope you are well. I love when investigators keep returning to the same place. Very interesting. Yeah, because it shows that they're not just in for the shock value. You know, people made guesses or people had opinions on what the hiss was and they went back and investigated it. I think they've worked it out. Crazy Katie, thank you for the $2. Hey, Beto, can I get a rar, please? Yes, you can.
Rawr. Rawr.
Don't diss the shirt. Andrew Hills, thank you for the £2. Peacemaker Season 2 so far is like hell, yeah. Awesome. Jennifer Taylor, thank you for the £2. Sorry, Beto, I have to leave for bingo. That's twice you've ditched me for bingo. How dare you? Have a great night. Great video you put out, great history. I haven't watched Paranormal PNC's video yet. I'm going to. I do enjoy PNC Paranormal. Very, very good. Very nice people. Very nice. And now we know why Claire is always so happy, smiley and nice, don't we, Paul? Would you like to tell chat, Paul? Crazy Ken, hello. Danny from the Ghost Quad, hello to you. What do you think of Alien Earth so far? It looks fantastic. The story is well done. But I ain't sure of the chronology of it, because the first Alien movie and the second Alien movie, the aliens were very new. Nobody knew what the fuck they were. Ooh, scary. Ah, we don't know what this is. We've never dealt with anything like this. But they've taken eggs and an alien to Earth, and an android has absolutely fucked one up. So why couldn't the androids in the later movies fuck them up? Because it's a prequel. But I'm enjoying it. but there's just this nagging thing in my head. Beardo, my daughter wants to know what you've done to the Barbies. Well, the Barbie that's down there, it's still there. Geez, chat is fast. I know, it's very fast. Beardo, I have a belt under my name. Would you like one, you kinky mink? No. I'm getting a restraining order against Crystal. Watching on the big screen is totally knackered after grandma duties. Gillian Daniels, no worries. Ghostbait Paranormal, good evening to you. Good evening all. You too, Beardo. Thanks. Enjoy your videos during my journey through radiation therapy. Hey, happy ponies. I'm glad that we can help in some way. Hello, Gingy, you lunatic. Alien so far is very good, but not sure it's going to fit in the timeline without fucking... I think it's already fucking it up. Have you watched Haunt X's TV on the Skiridian episode yet? You and me holding hands. It was a beautiful thing. It reminded me of 30 East Drive when I woke up with you behind me, dry humping me. I have watched it. I actually watched the premiere, but I was busy at the same time, so I was in there. I watched it. I did put a link out on YouTube to tell everyone to go and watch it as well. Beardo looks good in his favourite band merch. Casty me, this is all your fault. I didn't want you to come in and be disappointed that I hadn't wore one of your t-shirts again. I'm not above hitting a child. Don't clip that, for fuck's sake. You heard about it, it's about finding what was scary in the first film, hence the new... Yeah, the new aliens are cool and stuff. It's just having the xenomorph and the eggs on Earth, I think it's going to undo the timeline. I am that lunatic, not going to lie. We know. We know. Chaos Gingy. I got my best friend in your videos. I appreciate that, Erica Lynn. Thank you very much. Are people's mums coming into my gaming streams recently? I told one of them off, and the son lied. Alien went downhill without Ripley. See, I loved the last Alien film, Alien Romulus. I thought it was fantastic. Crystal balls with a pan, please.
You've been panned.
You look like a Michelin woman. Don't be so harsh on yourself. That's my job to be harsh on myself. Thank you. So you guys can laugh. Hello, Addy19. Do you want the Backstreet Boys Crocs? Absolutely fucking not. No. Love the bit with the sheep. Yeah, that was pretty fucked up. When the sheep stood up, it was like, I've never been intimidated by a sheep before, where I was like, oh, the thing's going to fuck somebody up. I can feel it in my bones. Good evening to you, Debbie. You're a mum magnet. Well, my wife's a MILF. Gotta cook, catch a stream later. All the best, everyone. Latest Full Metal. Appreciate the gifts. Absolutely fantastic. Pam Poink always makes me smile. Pretty sure that was Max's mum. It was. He lied. I shouted at her. And then he admitted it what he did. Went for Aid Edmondson to go, this is complete utter bollocks, and then kick the TV in. I don't know why. I had a load of bottom clips lined up for my videos, and then when Seg's channel started and he had a couple, I was like, I can't do that anymore. I can't do the idea. Thanks for that, Beardo. Really appreciate you sharing the link. Thanks for watching it too. All appreciated. It was, listen, it was a good experiment, you know. I've never worked with a medium before. However, Ali, you're going to have to forgive me in my video when it comes out. Because at one point, I do refer to your medium thing as a gift. And I know that you hate that. I'm sorry, I don't know why I did it, but I don't want to re-edit it. Well, I can't re-edit it. Please don't be too hard on yourself. I'm a curvy girl too. Nothing wrong with curvy girls, nothing wrong with skinny. You're all beautiful in your own way, and don't let anyone tell you any different. You don't have to look like a fucking magazine, because let's be fair, some of those people in magazines need a pie and chips. Tuppin Rams are scary. What are Tuppin Rams? What's that? Crazy Ken, hello to you. I also, Ghost Theory, we're in a haunted care home last night. Something ran towards Elliot. 30 seconds later, it's like nothing had occurred. It's because it's fake. Haley Cherry Fizz, thank you for the 199. Will we see you asleep? I wasn't on the toilet. I was in a toilet or a bathroom. And I'm sat on the stairs. And I do that. And then I'm like, shit, that's 5 minutes of the video. I was flat out. Beardo's brain doesn't connect with his mouth. Not often. I have never been to the Jamaica Inn. It's on my list to do. I don't need Backstreet Boys dolls. I've already got some up there. Thank you very much. Actually, a film in New Zealand about a killer sheep. Wasn't that called Black Sheep? You're a fat ass? Me too. We're all lovely in our own way. Absolutely. Don't worry about it, dude. If that's the worst thing you said. Yeah, it's the worst thing I said. I'll work with you again, Ali. The fact that you didn't try to force it down my throat, the fact that you were like, I'm not guaranteed to stir anything up, and I'm not going to pretend there's something there when there's not. All good with me. I would happily work with you again. If you'd been one of those pushy people that suddenly tried to tell me I've got an attachment to something, I'd be like, oi, you and your glorious beard can fuck off. You scare men? Just the wrong men, innit? Those men are pussies. We had something run towards us in the past. We spent the rest of the night talking about it. That's the difference. Thing is, right, I know it turned out that I got fucking tricked. But when that doll at the haunted hotel made a growl inside, well, it wasn't the doll, he was in the room. I could stop talking about it. I was texting the Weech brothers. I was texting Paul from Ghosts on Trent. Like, what the fuck? Never experienced anything like that. And I kept replaying it, and I'm like, holy shit. Crow Judas, thank you for the €2. I'm going to send you some real mayo from the US. Go for it. I like mayonnaise. I just don't put it on fucking hot dogs. Mustard and ketchup. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, some people. I mean, I often see it, like, I've got a TikTok account. I rarely use it because the app is dog shit. And then you'll see women doing this, and there's a comment of somebody being like, nobody needs to see your saggy cleavage or some shit. And then I'm like, what the why the fuck do you think it's appropriate to just destroy a woman like that? Age, gravity and stuff. Stretch marks. Oh, stretch marks are disgusting. No, they're not. It's a sign of age, strength from carrying kids. Fuck all wrong with stretch marks. I haven't even had a kid and I fucking got them on my thighs. Which gimbal is that, Beardo? Osmo 7. I didn't get the 7P. And I kind of wish I did, but to be fair, it's good. That latch sound still do my head. Weird Fox, I've got to that part in the editing and it sounds like a latch. There are other sounds all throughout the video. I'm amplifying them to see if maybe... Nah. I can't pick that sound out at any other point in the video as a repeat sound. Especially that loud. And the closest we got to it is when Justin is off messing with something and then you shout, can you just give me 5 minutes? And Justin moves something and that almost sounds like it, but it's not as loud. Bizarre. Stretch marks are reminders of the amazing things the bodies have done. Yeah, my stretch marks are the reminder of the amazing amount of McDonald's and pizza I've eaten over my 44 years on this planet. I think my videos don't do well because I'm fat. I mean, some people can be that shallow. I honestly don't know. I mean, if you look at what a good YouTuber is supposed to look like, if you look at what good YouTubers and TikTokers are supposed to do, I can't say anything about TikTok. My TikTok sucks. But I don't do... I'm a fucking tubby bloke that's broke his front teeth, fucking grey in hair, grey in beard, fucking beer belly. I got 4 tits when I sit down in my vest, and they hang out the side of my vest and shit. I don't know. Papa Meat is overweight and does just fine. Yeah, I'm Tim the Tatman. Alright, Tim the Tatman does a lot of running and he's not as big as he once was, but Tim the Tatman isn't your typical... You know, he was bald before 30 and he's an amazingly popular streamer. So, I don't know. Marie Jane Ginjuice, thank you for the 7 months. Mayonnaise and hot dogs do not go together. Bravo. Beardo, Real Evidence did a great job in his reaction. Yeah, I've watched them. I've sent people over to them. I purposely found a little clip of the tit, and I was like, tit. By the way, Real Evidence. It was a little segue, so I could sort of naturally direct people to go over there. Beardo, you should join myself, Justin, Mickey York for an overnight investigation in Epping Forest. I'm up for it. Definitely up for it. Look at all this here watching Beardo. He's not the prettiest man under the sun. I'm not. I don't want to be the prettiest man under the sun. Beardo, you describe me also. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with being bald. I wasn't saying there was anything wrong with being bald, but Tim the Tap Man, you know, he was bald very early into his streaming career, and if people are only going for looks, I mean, and he's ginger. So's Fahab. I'm 5 years sober, so don't care what people think. Fuck them. I got stretch marks on pecs near my armpits from years of pumping iron and no steroids. Takes a lot to look after a body like ours, Beardo. Big Macs, exactly. People don't understand the dedication to fucking food that it took for me to develop this. I mean, it's not what it used to be, but it still sticks out further than my weenie do. Yes, you can have a wee. But Mrs. Geek loves you and so do we, for tits and all. Thank you, Mama Geek. Oh my god, Big Macs. Hey, McDonald's have got, what's it called? The Arches, the Golden Arches or something, the new burger in the UK. When we were coming back from camping, Mrs. Geek was like, last day of my diet, we're having a McDonald's. And I'm like, fuck yeah, we are. Oh, it was so good. It's all very well being beautiful on the outside, being beautiful on the inside is much more attractive. Abso-fucking-lutely. I would much rather hang out with a bunch of old fatties with personalities than a bunch of... Could you imagine having to go for a pint with, like, Ghost Trip Investigation? I'd smash the fucking pub up. There's a video coming on them clowns soon, because they are absolutely fucking ridiculous. Stand up and twirl for us. Prove Judas, I am not a stripper. Thank you for the 2... I'll spin around in my chair. That's all you're getting. Whee! That was a bit slower than I thought it'd be. Belly came from years of dedication to beetroot. Archie's Burger, what the fuck, I'll have to look at it. Yeah, it's like a big, thick, massive Big Mac, but there's so much stuff in it, it just falls out. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. I'd still rather a Burger King. When I was playing darts, just spending 80 quid a week on beer. A week? I can do that in a day. Pussy. The Big Arch was so messy. It was all up my fingers. I had all my biker rings on, so I had to take them off and get wet wipes in there. Disgusting, but so good. Want to see your white legs? I mean, my legs... Look at the sunburn line. It's still fucking red. You don't play darts and you don't drink, fit. The wee Wiley twirl was amazing. Very Bond villain. Mr. Judas, we meet again. No, I expect you to use tomato ketchup. Show us your feet. Absolutely not. Do I shave? Clearly not. Oh, you on about my legs? No. I'm just not that hairy a bloke. I mean, the insides are hairy, but the outsides are not, because I fell in a bonfire when I was a kid. So glad they're not short shorts. Hey, I can't wear short shorts. I just can't. Anna Banana, hello to you. I hope you are well. Still able to throw darts. Fair enough. The in-laws play... I used to play darts a lot. Not because I was good at it, but because I had this ability to aim for the treble 20 and hit the treble 18 every time. And then I'd just keep hitting that, and then when it got to the end, I was fucked. Everyone would catch up with me, and then I'd be like, ah, fuck. And I couldn't do the math. Everyone else had to do it for me, because, yeah. I can't count. I'd like to play darts. Show me your angle. Listen, guys. This isn't some sort of Hooters bar around these parts, alright? £10. Beardo's hairs all migrate to his chops. True story, the outsides of my legs for about 8 or 9 inches are completely bald because I fell in a bonfire and the hair never grew back. Mr. Darpo completely hit my dad's leg once. I'd like to say something like that, but I threw a dart directly into my best mate's kneecap, and yeah, it got stuck. Put your ankles in the air, fuck off. Who does the best fries? McDonald's or Burger King? Burger King just does better food all round. It's just better. Great, the legs there, Beardo. One of my legs is figured after the spider, but yeah, that was... wow. CRL is making it rain, Beardo. I nearly twerked then. No! Papa Geek was a good darts player. I heard you were both pretty decent, to be fair. CRL, thank you for the 199. Show them. Fuck's sake! I said £10. Just the ankles. Hey, look, there's calf muscle definition there. Oosh! See that shit? Look at that for £10 anywhere else. If you want to see the right one, 10 gifted. Thank God he's not a lady. What? Show us if you have knots in the back of your... knots in the back of your... what? What does that mean? Cue the saxophone, you tart. Not I'm a whore. I'm very hairy, you have to shave my back, might be a werewolf. Is it worth getting verified on X? I think Elon Musk has enough for it. I have no idea. I tell you what, say we want about Elon Musk, but he's just offered to send tons of money to the UK to stop the rioting and shit that's about to break out. I don't think he's fucking helped things. The food smell that wafts around McDonald's makes me sick. What? I love McDonald's. Can we also see some feet? No, absolutely not. Fab, thank you for the £10. Show them properly. Oh, my legs. What the fuck is wrong with you all? Legs. See? Legs. Calf muscles. Oosh. Next week, Beardo OnlyFans, as well as Rumble, Facebook, YouTube. Where else are we on? Used to be a werewolf, but I better now. Could never do math when I was actually... I can't do math at all. Beardo's ankles, now on OnlyFans. £10 for one, £20 for the pay. Pay up, bitch. No, I didn't call you a bitch. Sorry. You won't get noticed unless you do a super chat. How many times have I read your messages out, Erica Lynn? How dare you insinuate such a thing? I've never been to Bronagath Asylum. Would love to know how they did the table tip in there. It was baffled. Table tipping's easy. Look at the thumbs. People are hooking their thumbs. And then once that table is going, it just everybody's natural movement. Them legs, plenty of tattoo room. The reason I've tattooed my legs, everything else on my arms has been, like, not planned. They're just decisions at the time. My legs, I want my right leg was going to be a music leg, where it was going to be all like Slipknot and Eddie from Iron Maiden, Motorhead. And then my left leg I was going to have as a horror piece. But now I can't decide if I want a comic book piece and a horror piece or a music piece. I don't know. Can you please do the truffle shuffle? Not unless I'm wearing the shirt. And even then, no. The only place I can see my muscles on my leg... To be fair, the only reason I've got muscles on my leg is for carrying this fucking belly around. Won't stop until I get a rar. Right, sorry, Erica Lynn. Rar. Rar. Hey, Claire. PNC. We know why you're so happy now. Paul told us. Apparently, he's a big man. Time I've experienced table tip in when I leant off the end of my coffee table, bloody thing tipped right over, and I've... yeah. Crow! Right, I know you guys couldn't hear that, but I fucking did. Crow, you banned. Leanne, you can have a Mary. I've got tattoos on my back.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
You can play the connect the dots on my leg with a stupid rash. It was the Twitch orgasm. He's a maniac. This is why I mute my desktop audio when we play in. But when we're not playing. But my headphones are on the desk, and I heard that. Crow. Got hench muscles on my legs from carrying you in Warzone. Paul, you lying liar. Liar. Crystal, get him.
Weirdos. It's Crystal here. And it's prostate time. Bend over.
No, I will not do a nip slip for 100. I'm actually wearing a full t-shirt tonight. Full t-shirt. You need to give Mama some sugar clip. What? Where's that from? Hello, dude. I checked for wires. I watched hands, etc. Couldn't see anything. I don't know how it's possible to see why you wouldn't want to pay only for it to ruin it for yourselves. My boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Should I marry him when he wakes from his coma, or marry his identical twin brother whose testicles are in pretty good shape? Stick with the guy that's had his nuts bitten off, alright? He's had a hard enough time without being dumped because he's lost a little bit of weight. Once saw a guy sat outside the local Indian. And some of you will remember this joke from old Twitch. Don't tell anyone, please. And he was actually injecting curry into his arm. So we phoned an ambulance, waited with him, got him in the recovery position, helped the ambulance load him, took him off to the hospital, rang the hospital to check up on the guy. We were like, hey, that guy who was injecting curry, is he alright? And they were like, yeah, he's fine, but he's in a coma. I could have been a stand-up comedian, bright fits it. Beardo, that's a troll. I thought it was going to be a funny joke, and it wasn't. Victoria Hand, Brian the Kitty, thank you for the £2. Brian is 9 on Thursday, and I'd like an adorning, please. Fucking Brian.
Oh, fuck off! Adorn me, Beardo! Fucking A! It's perfect!
Can you give Steve a shout-out, please, for me, and a rara, please? Kirsty Linnet. Steve! I'm going to shout at you. I'll shout you out. Hi, Steve. Rawr. Rawr. Tumbleweed moment. Cancelled Beardo. That joke was it's one of my best fucking jokes. For fuck's sake, shut up. That was terrible. Wow. Wow. One of my best jokes. It's better than the Sound Alert jokes. True. He was in a coma, but he had his nan by his side. I like that. I'm going to add that to it. Do you know what you are reacting to on Tuesday Live yet, Beardo? I do not. I may put a poll out tomorrow for it. Right, a coma is a weak, shitty curry in the UK that's full of coconut. I'm sorry that you guys in America don't eat the same food as us. Alright? Bill Bailey, anyone? I fucking love Bill Bailey. Hey there, beautiful lady. Anna Banana, good to see you. Don't give up the day job. I appreciate all of you guys that enjoyed that joke. Everyone else that's moaned... Local ice cream man passed away yesterday. He topped himself with hundreds and thousands. Mods, keep an eye. I think we've got another one there. That korma is the... It's not even curry, man. It's like... Oh, I don't like coconut, so... It's gonna... skew my view, so to speak. Like baby food levels of spice. Yeah. You look like Bill Bailey when you do rar. I'll take that as a compliment now. Ricky Gervais is the best comedian. He's very dry, very funny, and he's one of the only cringe comedians that I can really enjoy. Plane crashed into my house last night. I left the landing light. Oh my god. Coma is lush, you heathen. You're ginger. Nobody cares, Gingy. Beto, nobody enjoyed it. It was terrible. Fuck off, Paul. Coma is my favourite because I'm a wimp. Mildly spiced soup with rice. It's not even spiced. Is curry spicy? Not all of them. So watching reruns and never mind the Buzzcocks last night. Absolutely loved that program. Yeah, I used to watch the shit out of that. And Shooting Stars. See, masala's quite nice, quite tasty, not spicy. You hate curry. Oh man. I love curry. I mean, I'm not exactly fussy with food. I will slap you with a lasagna. I like lasagna too. Jimmy Carr. I like Jimmy Carr. Listen, I'm the type of guy that can laugh along to Frankie Boyle and Jim Jeffries because I can fully understand that when people stand up on stage and tell these jokes, it's not a reflection of them as human beings, it's a persona. Like, cancel the comedian, he told a joke that I didn't like. Hang the fuck on now. We're not back in the days of Roy Chubby Brown. Bye, Beto, thank you for being the only one to notice me. Erica, I'm sure other people have been speaking to you as well. I've seen people talk. There's one there, look, CRL. Just ordered a chicken and egg from Amazon. Oh my fucking god. I've been able to eat lasagna since I gave myself food poisoning with it about 10 years ago. I used to be the same with burgers. I have zero tolerance to spice with korma every time. Oh. I use cream and ground almonds in my korma. They're delicious. Beto, I'll send you some haggis. I like haggis. Rainbow, I've actually had haggis a number of times. Glasgow Ghost Hunters have sent me haggis as well. I like masala, I like Rogan Josh, but I am a Madras kind of guy. Now, I can eat the vindaloo, but I don't taste of anything. It's not too hot for me. I can eat it. You can buy mild curry powders of paste. You absolutely can't. Chinese curry's not spicy. Jimmy Carr can be savage if you heckled him. Yeah, and people go there, heckle him, to get heckled savagely, and he's so good at it. See Billy Connolly live, he's one of the best comedians of all time. See, Chubby Brown I used to laugh at until he did a documentary in the late 90s, and it turns out that his jokes weren't a persona. He's just a bit of a shit bloke, like. Vindaloo's just painful. I can take a Vindaloo, but I won't do it again. It's very boring. I did security for Chubby Brown gig, smoked venue, 200 people, he did half hour and left. The audience wasn't pleased. I mean, I don't... me and spicy food are fucking done after my little turn at the motorcycle rally where I stupidly entered into a fucking hot sauce challenge and they nearly hospitalised the 5 of us. Tacos are the food of God. See, UK tacos... When my wife makes something nice, but I see the American tacos, I'm like, what's that? What is all that stuff in there? What are chimichangas? I want all of this. Engage in lurk mode. Appreciate you, Pam. Vito, you've lost weight. You look nice, my friend. I don't think I've lost any, but I haven't gained any, despite having a week off. Jethro Toll is probably Jethro was hilarious. The one with the wasp. Flew up his Mrs. Fanny. He put honey on his pee-pee to get it out. He said it's not working, so he kept going, and she was like, "You trying to batter it?" He's like, "No, I'm going to drown the bastard." Can you recommend decent paranormal groups to watch, please? I need something real. I'm losing it. Ghosts on Trent, The Ouija Brothers, Exploring the Entity, Dorset Paranormal. I got a playlist. There's a playlist of channels to check out. Go check them out. I cooked the Levi Rose chicken stew and yard style gravy this weekend. A whole Scotch bonnet, and it was bang. Ooh. You met Chubby Brown. He's a very shy, introverted man. Is he? Ooh. It was a very dangerous mistake on their part, mixing the hot sauce up. Apparently, they didn't. Apparently, it wasn't the hottest one that went first. They just didn't test anything, and they were all ridiculous hot. The only thing to kill chicken vindaloo is lager. Absolutely. Chimichangas are god tier. I know, I want one. I'm not entirely sure they are. We think we've made them in the house. But you know, when you see in American shows where they get them off those street vendors with the big... Oh, they just look so good. I can eat peppers out of the jar easy. Tablespoons of cayenne pepper. See, cayenne is easy for me, but after the stomach pain I had, you meant to be plain yogurt after curry to minimise stomach upset. The McRib. Who said nobody eats the McRib on purpose? Surely. Chubby is a quite humble man. Does loads of charity. Maybe he's changed since that documentary. Maybe you did know Ryan Reynolds is no longer Deadpool. Disney no longer want him. Really? I know there was a thing with him and Robert Downey Jr. had a bit of a to-do. Is that true? Beardo's new channel, tips and tricks about streaming, everything involved. I appreciate it, Jolene. But don't follow that new channel if you have no intention of watching it. It's not going to be updated weekly or anything. Just when I can, just things I think will help people out. George Carlin. I love George Carlin. Right, does Ryan Reynolds be fine? I've got to check this out. I'm very sorry. No, Ryan Reynolds has not been fired by Disney. This is a false rumour stemming from a legal battle involving whatever, Blake Lively and Reynolds jokes. Reynolds has not been fired from Disney or the Deadpool role. Speculation has arisen. It's an internet rumour. Pretty sure that Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool thing is... Yeah, I've just looked it up. I couldn't find last week's paranormal channel, Creaky Blinder. He's a flat earth debunker. Creaky Blinder. A fellow Welshman. Very funny. He's probably live right now. I'll have a look. He is live right now. Right, I'll just post the link if you want to check his channel out. Obviously, I'm not telling you to disappear from mine, but there you go. Monique D, hello to you. New channel is awesome, really. He knows his stuff on streaming and equipment. I'm not an expert in any of it, but I have been streaming for 7 years now, if you count my first ever YouTube channel. Right, the Creaky Blinder link's posted there. Have you ever tried deep fried morel mushrooms? No, I prefer my mushrooms with no morals. Ba-bum-ts. You had a busy Friday investigation. Oh, yeah. Creaky's been around years. Yeah, he's a good guy. We were going to do something together, and then we realised that he's live on Tuesdays and Sundays. I've upgraded my recording equipment as part of my spare stuff now. I have a Rode NTG1 microphone. If you're looking for a camera mic, I'll happily send it over to your PO box. Oh, I'd love a decent microphone. I've got an external shotgun microphone, but it was a cheap one, and you can hear it banging on the mount on top of the camera. It's fucking awful. Is that because you're a fun guy? Mushroom jokes. I see you. Well done. I like that, Rainbow. Alright, if you want to send that over, that would be absolutely amazing. What ghost detection device do you use that's not bullshit? I use Seismo devices, but I don't use them to prove ghosts are there. I use them to prove that there are vibrations and knocking. So if somebody's claiming there are footsteps in a room, you put these down and it can tell you that something is moving, and then it's up to me to investigate what is causing the knocking, banging, or walking. There's a few devices. If you look at Appy Droid, and if Justin from Paranormal Monkey Podcast is in the chat, he'll be able to tell me who the other guy is. I met him at the paranormal convention. They make equipment for ghost hunting, but they are not... They don't advertise them as proving the ghosts exists. They have investigative properties to them that don't relate to ghosts, but it can help you work things out. And you know, maybe if you can't work something out, potentially there's something interesting there. Talking about shrooms in another stream, damn it, I love them. Send out this week. What input is your camera on for the cable? I think this has only got like a regular... Yeah, it's only got one of those little red things there, so I'd have to get a converter or a box to go on my camera, I think. You see a lot of guys with the converters, so you can put the 3-pin in. I've got 3-pin cables everywhere, just haven't got one to put on my camera. Alexis Artemis Greenhow the First, thank you very, very much for the 5 gifted memberships. Megan, drive safe, please. All you need to investigate is your phone if you don't want to spend money. Absolutely. You can go out just holding your phone and investigate. In fact, the first investigation me and Mrs. Geek did, and me and Dean did, maybe the first 2 me and Dean did. So the first 3 or 4 investigations on this channel, they were all done with just my phone, because I didn't have anything else. Might even be more than that, because I did hold a hotel with my phone the first time. It's all you need, but obviously you're going to be in the light, and if you're doing abandons, you don't want torches everywhere, but yeah. Just hardwired my PlayStation so much better than a Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, anything. If you can hardwire anything, hardwire it. Anytime you go wireless, especially for gaming and uploading and downloading, it's just long. It's just it makes your PC work harder. It makes your console work harder. 3-pin audio cables. You mean XLR, yeah. Antonia. I heard a lot from old investigators used to use flour on the floor to see if there were footsteps or footprints. I mean, that's only good if you got a demon running through your house, like the Paranormal Activity movie. Purple Ronnie, hello to you. But, yeah, if there are reports of footsteps and you put flour down, you get footprints on there, and a static camera, nothing wrong with the old school techniques. Like, I was trying to make this contraption to test for drafts. I was going to make this frame, and I was going to have bits of tissue paper and stuff, and then instead I just bought an aerometer that tells you exactly how much breeze is coming through buildings and windows and stuff. Not Canadian, but I'm sorry for being late. Happy birthday. It's not my birthday! If ghosts are real, then why turn up the lights? It's an aesthetic. Turning out the lights and going in night vision is an aesthetic thing, 9 times out of 10. There are occasions, like abandons. People go in night vision in abandons because they ain't supposed to be there and they don't want to, like, annoy people. So I get that. 30 East Drive, we try to do investigations in the light, but when that house gets dark, the light bulbs are not enough for these cameras to work properly. So you have to go into night vision, really. And then you may as well just turn all the lights off. But places like 30 East Drive, Ancient Ramin, you've got to turn the lights off anyway, because when people know you're in there investigating, they play up outside, they'll be like, oh, woo, and they'll be knocking on windows and doors. The Ancient Ramin used to have a sign up telling you not to turn the lights on because the kids will play up. Pompey Bird, thank you for the £5. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Hasta luego, people. Go Spade. Have yourself a great evening. I am Wayne. Thank you for asking. Almost done with the gut meds. Gut meds? Hey, Laura Wilson. How you doing? Giselle. Go with powder on the floor, good laser grid, and an open aperture. There's, honestly, if you want to learn how to investigate, there's a guy called Kev Kerr, Paranormal. He does a mixture of old school and new school. He will do EVP recording sessions, but he tries to offset, like, he'll never hold an EVP recorder. He will rest it on, like a baby sponge for a bath, a baby bath. He'll rest it on one of them to try and get rid of the vibrations and stuff. Ghost and Trent and the Ouija brothers turned up, so we stepped out for an hour for them when we got back to investigating 21. 2 ghost girls and Lottie turned up. We stayed 30 minutes while they waited, then we left. So a ghost on Trent and the Ouija brother turns up. Yay! 2 ghost girls and Lottie. Boo. Just from my opinion, I don't particularly like Lottie. Just because of who she associates with. And then there was a farmhouse that we all did a while ago. And then she just seemed to put out the selfish video on purpose where she went there. It was like she's there 5 minutes, goes up in the attic and goes, oh, it's not haunted. Just to make the rest of us look like knobheads. And I didn't like that. We don't use night vision all the time. I do prefer red lighting. Wouldn't rule out night vision, of course. I quite like the aesthetic in night vision on video. I quite like it when you're there, gets you in the mood. But are you then priming yourself to be more creeped out because you're in the dark? Yeah. Lurking and watching the What's on in WWE tonight? Is it the Paris thing? A good thank you, Beardo. Being here to start where I was eating. Fair play. What were you eating? Anything nice? Everything's real, mate? I wish it was. I would love nothing more than to watch a YouTube video and go, wow, I think that could be real. I would love to see it. I would love to go to a location and not be like, oh, that was cool, I wonder. I would... to go to a location, I don't give a shit if I capture it on camera. Something to happen and me just be like, it's fucking real. I would love it, but the more I do it, the more I'm debunking things, the more I'm learning. I'm constantly learning. And there are things that happen in locations now where 10 years ago I probably would have been like, that could have been paranormal. And now I'm like, nah, it's not. Light flare for my art? Absolutely. Yes, you're priming. I agree. But if I'm aware that I'm priming myself, doesn't that combat it? I don't know. But then, like I tell everyone, I don't debunk the paranormal. I debunk shit videos. And I investigate the same way that YouTubers investigate because that gives them results. So I should have the same results, investigating the same way as them, and I don't. Kenny Biddle, good evening to you. Me too, but I don't know there's something. I experienced stuff when I was younger, and the more through this I go, the more I'm like, am I just fucking nuts? Was I nuts as a kid? And then my wife will tell me of her experiences or remind me of things that we've had here, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, the other day we were live streaming Call of Duty, and the Ouija board just randomly fell off the cupboard. So we thought, but then when I looked, there's white hooks, and one of the white hooks, the glue has just basically come off of it, and the thing fell over. It just happened to be while we were talking about Ouija boards, the Ouija board fell. Do you standard video lighting half the time? Yeah, you know, just had McDonald's double quarter pound. You fucking knob. NT7 Joe Vitali, how you doing? We prime ourselves. The imagination is powerful. Yeah, obviously I do use night vision. I do use infrared, but being aware that I'm priming myself. Activities happen to me day and night. Whether it's dark or not makes no difference. It's harder to see things in the dark. True, it was harder to see string in the dark. Yeah, obviously, the one in my grandparents' house, it wasn't totally dark, but it was at night. Things that happened in this house tend to happen in the daylight. Beto, will you be doing any more UFO vids? It depends if I find anything that grabs my attention, because I don't just want to do UFO stuff because it's trendy, when a lot of it is just crap. There's so much bad UFO stuff out, much like ghosts and demons and... I lived at my dad's house when I was young. We were both scientists, logical as fuck. We've seen stuff float mid-air, but at the time we didn't know a thing about ghost hunting, pre-internet times. Witnessed by 3 people. See, I would love... I'm not dismissing what you've seen. I wasn't there. I can't. But I would love for somebody to experience something like that, or for 3 people to experience it and immediately go into separate rooms and write down exactly what they saw and then send it to someone just to see how close their memories are. That would be a good thing. UFO stuff bores you. Yeah, Beto, in fairness, you chilled out in night vision. Yeah, there's Beto, part of working on the internet is following trends. I know. But I would rather not follow a trend if it doesn't interest me. Like, the whole thing with the Warren price hike, I'm covering that because it, you know, it fucking interests me, and we've been there before with the Conjuring House, which I was a massive part of. June Moonchild, thank you very, very much for the Did I just say moon weird? I did. Take your eyes a good 15-20 minutes to adjust from light to dark. Yeah, that's why I use a red flashlight, because it doesn't mess with your eyes so much. Yeah, I don't get freaked out in the day or the dark. If something's going to happen, it's going to happen. But did you see Ouija Brothers' new video? What do you think with the gas can theory? What's this Warren? Right, the Warren House is now available for investigations, Dandalf. And it is $2,200 for the night. But it's okay, because they provide snacks, blankets, and bathrobes. Or some shit. But if you want to create content, if it's over 3 minutes to 30 minutes, it's an extra $200. For 30 minutes to an hour, or what, it basically goes up that if you record for 4 hours, it'll cost you another $500 on top of the $2,200. That's what the cops do in call out an incident, separate people, question, see what matches. Yeah, and the thing is, human memory is so flawed. I mean, I've heard of false memory for years, and I was like, surely a memory can't be that bad. And then I was on a live stream, I was retelling my Ouija board experience from when I was a kid, and one of the guys that was there with me was like, you got the date wrong. That's not what happened. And we weren't watching Candyman, we were watching the original Friday the 13th, or was it the other way around? I can't remember. And then he said, you forgot about, and then he named a person that was at the house, and I was like, they weren't there. Nobody else there can remember this person being there except him. He's misremembered an entire person being there that wasn't, because nobody else remembers it. It's incredible how much your memory plays tricks on you. And over time, I imagine it gets a lot worse. Doesn't matter time-wise when you investigate. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. Majority of eyewitness accounts have occurred during the day. I agree. I kept asking questions, which she kept ignoring. What? 2K per night for a team of 8. But yeah, if you're a team of 1. If you want to go there solo, it is still 2K. And if you want to film... Oh, and by the way, if you do go there, record all of your footage. You've got 4 hours. You then have to give them your memory cards for them to go through there to make sure you've been respectful to the house, respectful to the Warrens, and the history. If you're going to be respectful... I don't want to get too much into it because I cover it in a video tomorrow, but if somebody goes there and says we're at the home of, you know, allegedly a fucking nonce, they're going to make you delete that. Because while it's disrespectful, it's true to history. I know 99% of supposed haunted locations are overpriced, but 2K is ridiculous, pure greed and nothing to do with investigate. Oh, absolutely. I've got a theory on this, Dandalf, and I know Kenny's in the chat, and I know Anthony7's in the chat. I've got a theory on why the Conjuring House did it, why Sam and Colby have done it, and why these guys have done it. Do you think that they are outpricing small channels, legitimate channels, and debunkers on purpose? Because the only people that can afford that are either movie mega fans or the likes of Twin Paranormal, Sam and Colby, and they're like, no, if your edited content is 4+ hours, it's going to cost $500, but it gets cheaper the shorter. Yeah, I said it starts at like 100. The edited content is they're reviewing edited content. They're reviewing the edited content. Right. So I've got that bit wrong. But still. To go there, spend $2,200 and then another $500 for your 4+ hours, and then put your video together, send it to them, and then they say you can't put that out. You haven't made the place look haunted enough, or you've said you don't think it's haunted. Oh, pricing channels other than the people who will dude bro the entire investigation. I think that's my theory. That's my theory that's in the video tomorrow. And it's scary because that's 3 locations now. That's 3 locations in the United States that people can't afford to go to. And there's price hikes, I believe, happening in the UK. The Ancient Ram Inn, which was very affordable for the longest time. Go and check the price of that out right now. Elton's wife was doing damage control. Jay Cart's live defending and explaining the high price. I don't give a fuck. Elton's wife going in there and saying, oh, it's because of the bedding, it's because of the snacks, it's because of this. No. It doesn't cost £500 to get somebody to sit through your footage for 4 hours. Because they'll put it on double speed through it, and be like, yeah, they haven't called it an on, it's good to go. Actually, legit annoyed. Damn if I was fuming. I mean, the other thing could be they've paid $1 million for this place. The movie is just about to drop, and they're like, right, let's hike it up. It's just before Halloween. The movie's about to drop. Throw that price up, get our £1 million back as quick as we can, and then in a year's time, fuck the house off. Sorry for everyone that feels sick when the camera moves. I think I fixed it. That camera hasn't been the same since it took a tumble. Yes, but still ridiculous. Elton and his girl said, if you don't believe the place is haunted, that's fine. They don't care about stuff like that. They're just making sure factual information get out. I understand that. But if they want, they build... I mean, they don't care. Right? Yeah, and that's the problem. They're going to say it's haunted no matter what. And all their friends are going to turn up, happily pay $3,000 for a night there because they can afford that initial outlay. And because they get 100,000 views, they earn that money back from ad revenue. It doesn't really cost any of them. It's a smart business decision. If I was to spend all of that, and then my flights and transfers and insurance and everything to get from the UK to out there, get in there, I'm fucked. Because even if it did well for one of my paranormal investigation videos, say 40k, I'll earn 10% of what I paid back. I have never made a profit off a paranormal investigation video. Unless it's like something really local that I haven't paid to get into. People take the piss at the 30s driver even though it's expensive in some respect. It's the cheapest now. The Ancient Ram Inn used to be the cheapest. Ancient Ram Inn says 2,000... It can't have gone up that much. No way. We didn't pay that. Overnight ghost hunts. Let me have a look. Duration 6 hours. It's not. You stay. Do they not allow overnight stays anymore? Start time 9 PM, end time 3 AM. I don't think they allow you to stay over anymore. This is the Ancient Ram Inn. You used to be able to stay overnight. 9 till 3. You used to be able to book in at like 7 or 8 and stay until 8 the next morning. This is their website. And I noticed they've left the price off it. Right, if you want to do overnight ghost hunt as part of an event, it's £59. But this is part of an event. It's all sold out with events anyway. My camera is moving. It hasn't been well since it took a tumble the other day. It won't stop now. Sorry. Wait. Fixed it. I found that start and finish times getting shorter on locations, but the price is stayed. Yeah. I can't believe you can't stay there anymore. That can't be right. Right, the Ancient Ram Inn website. This right, let me have a look. Right, now we're on the Ancient Ram Inn. I think that was a company reselling tickets. Right, book your ghost hunt. Let's have a look. Ancient Ramen overnight ghost hunts. 5th of September, event and book. View event and book. That takes me back to that page. Shit. You can only go as part... You can only book it as part of an event now. Too many complaints about it being freezing. I mean, I'll never go there again anyway. It's fucking way too cold, way too dirty for the cost. Don't know where the 2,200 came from. Matt Rife himself. It was on the website. You got to put a password in to get it. I do have a new camera, the Ozbot, but it keeps playing up. What's the RAM in price? I can't find it. Oh, do I have to get a new cam? No, it'll work. It's point in going if you can't do it. I don't know. Some places give a tailored price to smaller teams, but not too many. We've asked for a trial. Asked to trial overnight stay at the underground streets, £50 per person minimum. See, that's not too bad. I mean, in fact, that's brilliant. Skirridin was 350, which wasn't too bad considering a sleepover for a small group. Yeah, see, Skirridin, I mean, Skirridin is a lot bigger than 30 East Drive, and it's warm, it's clean, it's comfortable, fantastic food. Once the bar kicks out at 10:30, the place is yours. So for the whole night, for us to have the venue until the morning, I think that's brilliant. I can't do super chats, so this is best I can do. Hey, appreciate it, Leanne the Cleaner. Thank you very, very much. 2,200 was for the Warren Museum. For our school is 1,200 for 3 nights. Oh, right. For our school, 1,200 for 3 nights. You can sleep there as well if you want to. So it's not as bad as what Elton and Matt are doing for is a B&B. This is the thing, right? Dean Bailey, thank you for the £5. Beardo, wouldn't that be controlling the narrative? Absolutely. This is the thing, right? You're paying $2,200 to go to the Warren's house, and the museum is open between 9:30 and 12:30, or maybe 1:30. The rest of the time is in the Warren's house. Isn't the Warren's house famously not haunted because of all of the protections to keep everything in the fucking garage? Isn't that the whole shtick about it? So you're paying to go to a house that's not haunted. There's a haunted corridor, but that's locked off as well. Yes, you can have a piss-off ghost. Of course you can.
Piss off, ghost!
Don't be discouraged. A lot of spooky places. Look, yeah, there's tons, and there's tons you can go to for free. There are. There's so many castles, monasteries, and ruins. Do them. Haunted Antiques Research Centre in Hinckley. Friday's £100, Saturday's £150 bargain. See, that's great. The movie's implied. Yeah. It's a shame. Ramen was not expensive when we went. It did come with free dust mites, though. Yeah. I'll be honest. The last time we went, it was a little bit cleaner than other times I've been there. But it was so cold that none of us could stay the night. We lasted until 1:30 in the morning. We were like, fuck this. We couldn't even investigate. I couldn't hold my camera, and we were going outside to warm up. And then they were complaining that we were making jokes and used a fart bit, and they complained that Mr. Grease stuck his head in. He had every intention of paying, but they were ringing us like, who's that guy? Hang the fuck on. 80 quid back in the day. There's never been a report of the house being haunted to my knowledge. Exactly. It's all in the video tomorrow. Tony Spear is a hoarder. He's more than that. Gotta love a scam. The underground streets price includes a bacon bap and coffee in the morning, and all the money made goes to charity. Danny, let me know when you next go in. Count my fat ass in. See, this is it now. Life imitating art. The movies of those locations give people who don't look into the actual places false information, and of course that's what... Yeah, the horror fans are going to pay to stay there. Absolutely. Because, is it Annabelle Comes Home? Where the whole house is going fucking nuts? Did I laugh when Tony was on Overnight Live saying about haunting in the house that was never mentioned until out on the map by it. True. The house was safe. They sometimes had their daughter there. They certainly had the babysitter there who was the same age as their daughter. Ram in, I paid my money, damn you. And that's what I got, was a lump on the top. Oh man, the bang or the thud that Dandalf's head made when he hit the nutcracker. And it immediately took me back to when I damn near knocked myself out on the same beam. So to the Warren Museum, just investigate the antique shop with a bunch of crap. Same outcome. Like, oh, I agree. So the ancient ramen in 2025 Ghost Hunt experience cost £95 per person for some dates. Potential discounts available, such as 89 for certain events, 79 for others. Yeah, the events I don't want to do. I mean, I won't go there again anyway, but the cost to hire it out for a night as part of a team and stay overnight, apparently it's gone up. I don't know, I can't... When they start to hide things... I asked you to debunk a video of the Paranormal Scholar. I just haven't got around to it yet. The cost, if it's for horror fans, not investigators, a lot. If it was just for horror fans, why have they got 4K, well, 8K Canon night vision cameras, and they've got all the ghost hunting bullshit there. You can even use a DR60. Asheville prison cost us $1,500 back in the day when we did ghost hunts. Access to 6 buildings. Yeah, I understand. Like Shrewsbury prison's $1,500 to hire out. And I understand that they've got that cost because of all of the event companies that go in there. They're like, if we just give it to you for £200, an event company are going to take it for that much. I don't like it, but I understand why they do it. Boycott the location till they lower their prices. It'll make no difference because the top 10%... No, less than that. The top, say, 0.4% of YouTube Paranormal, the guys at the tippity top, they can all afford it, and they know they'll get more than their money back. Warren Museum, I know thrift stores will look better. That's a big vodka bottle. It is just water. Just water. Queen Mary's £1,000, an additional $200 to investigate. Another $200 to investigate one room. Plus they need to make a living. Oh, I understand that. I understand they've got $1 million debt to pay off. I understand that they've got to make a living, but these people have got the fucking money anyway. That's not a business expense I could ever write off. Jesus Christ. I'll just bring my accountant tomorrow. Oh yeah, I'm going to blow $2,700 on this location. Also the flights, the trans... Don't do that. That's a bad business decision given the size of your channel. I can't afford it, and even if I could, I'm not going to make money back from that. I don't make money back from any of the places. Very rare I do, Joe Vitale. In fact, I don't think I've ever made my money back from a paid location. Some of the views that I've got on 30 East Drive, I've never got my money back. But there's times I've gone there and the videos have done well, I've earned ad revenue, and I haven't paid because I've been invited with other Where did you get your Tommy Tippy Cup, Beardo? Asda. Anna Banana, thank you for the 16 months of being a Beardo Weirdo. Thank you very, very much. The Ancient Ramen was free when John Humphreys was alive. What a shame. They're one of those mystery buy box things and raised over 60k in a month. I've seen that they've got mystery boxes. I didn't look into it. Because we all remember Mindseed did that. Nobody got their boxes, and then they just stopped making videos for a while, thinking everyone forgot, and now they do top 5 shit. I'd fill that jug with vodka. What could go... I don't do vodka. There's money making, and there's taking the piss. Oh, absolutely. Technically, you could write it off, Beardo. I think tax in the United States and tax in the UK work a little... I could offset a chunk of it, but not enough. Taking a risk by saying this, quoting the owner of Haunted Hill House. Elton offered $1 million to buy the house with cash. Probably paid cash for that. Oh. Wow. If you're talking about the Ancient Ram, yeah, John lived there. You know, any easy content you can write off? I don't think I can write all of it off. I mean, I'm going to find out soon, ain't I? Exploring Lucy, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're all well. So basically they're doing the real world equivalent gatekeeping. Yeah. Not only that, but they looked at the business decisions the Conjuring House made and went, that's a good idea. Let's double it. The Conjuring House is out of fucking business. The stress of that place not selling tickets made that woman severely ill to the point where she thought Jason Halls was playing real-life Hitman with her. Wait, Haunted Hill House, is that based on fiction? Nah, it's just a name they've given it. Cag, how you doing? Hope you're well. I did look, and 4 days in Disney with flights but off-peak is less than a night at the Warren Museum. They think they got more selling power than Mickey fucking Mouse. They're deluded, right? These people don't live in the real world. Rich YouTubers, man. John was a poorly man and people probably took advantage. John loved the attention, to be fair. John loved having people go in there, and John loved telling the stories. I'm going to get off. Hi, you weird fox. Please take care, everyone. See you soon. See you tomorrow. I can't believe that John was left to live in those conditions by his family. It's not fit for an animal in there. In the winter, it is too cold. Haunted Hill House in Mineral Wells, Texas. The owners are suing Dawn and I. We called them on the history. Oh, yeah. They're the guys that... allegedly made up the history. There's no allegedly about it. Dawn and fucking hell, Doe and John? Dawn and Joe did their historical fact-finding research, as any good paranormal investigator will do. Put it in a video and now they're getting sued for telling the truth. Are they still trying to sue you? I do think this bubble will burst. The scary thing is, it could go one of two ways, because that's 3 locations now owned... Well, one's owned by a lunatic that thinks she's famous because Sam and Colby went there. Sam and Colby own a building, and now Overnight own a building. How much longer... Or how long until larger UK teams start buying up places and just either making up histories, or... You imagine if Enfield... Imagine if Enfield was suddenly to come up for sale. Well, none of the legit teams can afford that. So who's going to buy it? Either the American guys or somebody associated with those American guys. With I have the deeds. Yes, they still go in. They can't win that, surely. How can you be sued for telling the truth, mate? America. Truth hurts, only those who tell a lie. Absolutely. Margam Castle triple booked with a ghost hunt festival and a wedding on the property at the same time. That's fucking ridiculous. Don't forget Amy's Crypt have bought a place in the UK, but they've not released any prices. They closed the place down and they're doing a lot of work to the building to make it safe for investigators. I know I've advised them recently on acrylic panels that I used to make. We used to make them for anti-unaliving oneself in mental health units to go up staircases, stop people checking themselves off. Until they release the prices of it, I've got no opinion on it. But at least Amy and Jared seem to care about the paranormal. You know, you can pay for the app, but there's a free version of the app. I don't think they're going to try and be anywhere near as greedy as any of these guys across the pond. My haunted hotel? Yeah, but my haunted hotel, when I first went there, I think it cost me 75 quid. I don't know what they're charging people now. I don't know if anyone goes there anymore. They used to be sold out every night, 75 quid a person. But yeah, but Harry, let's be fair, Harry was the first to do it, I think. Well, no, technically East Drive, Bill Bungay was the first, but they were associated with the properties anyway. It's a little different, I think. But please get a Negan. Yes, you can. I hope you're well after your knee surgery.
Hot diggity, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls. Hot diggity, hot diggity, this kind of thing that just tickles my balls. I
have a screenshot of an email where one of the owners basically threatened another debunker to have their entire channel shut down because the debunker gave an opinion. I remember you warning me against it and showing me a screenshot of a threat, and I made my video anyway, and they never came after me. I'm going to buy an outhouse, place an open field, charge of 1k to fake channels. Shrewsbury Prison should have said that we couldn't access all areas for the price everywhere. Yeah, when we went to Shrewsbury, come to think of it, we were only allowed in one building because Holby City had stuff stored in the rest of the place. I forgot about that. Amy's Crypt are genuine. I haven't watched Amy's Crypt for a while. I've never seen them faking. I've never had any reason to call them out for faking. They come across like nice people who genuinely give a shit. I know that Amy had an opinion of debunkers after the Cajun was extremely horrible to her. And then I went at the Cajun for it. Not just for her. I mean, he went at Selena Spooky Boo. I don't like Selena Spooky Boo, but to call her what he did was just fucking out of order. Beardo's Derek got anything to see?
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Hey, Joe Vitale, can I cover your legal troubles? Not too haunted, how you doing? Don't think you buy Tutbury Castle, it's owned by the Duchess of Lancaster. Sell up, bitch. Beardo, house was said in the past to not be haunted. Overnight Elton went in, stayed a week, would even step outside and into the house, and they felt affected from... The Warrens' house is famously not haunted because they had priests and stuff keeping it safe. The cage will have themed rooms. Ow. Now, if... Now, don't forget, the cage was in a shit state when Amy's Crypt bought it. If they've bought it and they want to turn it back into what it would have looked like as a time capsule, like 30 East Drive, I'm all up for that. If they're going to be painting demons on the wall, like a certain hotel, then I'm not up for that. And I'm one of the guys that when I first went there were like, ooh, invoking fear. I like that idea. Oopsie daisy.
Dude, bro! Dude! Bro! Demons! Demons, bro! Murders! We've caught a ghost!
I did a live ghost hunt at 30 East Drive. Or we did a number of live ghost hunts over 2 days at 30 East Drive. Beardo, can I get a wee for the whole community? Yes, you can. And the thing is, I think the other thing with Amy's Crypt is when me and Papel questioned them about the app, they were very open and honest with us. Other app creators called us bullies. They were happy to give Papel the coding, but we can't read coding. But yeah, I've never had an unpleasant experience with Amy's Crypt, to be fair. And I get a feeling if I was to approach Amy's Crypt about the cage, I don't think they would be like, oh no, you can't come because you're a debunker. I think I'd be welcomed. They've spoken to me in other people's live streams. They've spoken to me in Adelaide's live streams. Who knows? I mean, maybe they'll be like, nah, fuck you, you're a debunker. We don't like debunkers. I'm not entirely sure. What happened with the UFO story you did? Did you make contact with someone from the story? Sorry for the bad word, in English is my second language. Absolutely fine. I didn't because... I don't think she's lying. But there was... I didn't know how to approach it, so... I did say to Justin from Paranormal Monkey Podcast, I would prefer him. I'm not an interviewer. I'm not a podcaster. Yeah. I don't think I'm the right one for it. I would rather Justin do it and then maybe have me on for a little bit. Every time I make an Amy's Crypt video about their app, I mostly get destroyed in comments. Yeah. They turn into a respectful place. I'm optimistic about Amy's Crypt having the cage. I'm optimistic. Cautiously optimistic, then. But, I've never had an issue with them. Do they do things that I don't do in investigations? Yeah. Am I right and they are wrong? Probably not. Beardo could assemble his own team. I mean, the biggest problem I've got with a team is that all the people I want to work with live too far away. I would love for me and Justin to do something together as a channel, but we live too far apart. I'd love to go and do stuff with Mythos, but I'm south, he's north. Even, you know, me and Mr. Gree only live like 40 minutes from each other, but we can never get the time together to do a proper investigation overnight. And let's not forget, the costs of places are just getting higher and higher. Actually, like Amy's Crypt, I'm just saying they bought a place in the UK, and yes, they plan to provide equipment. I also know she's leaning into the history. I think she'll be different. I'm cautiously optimistic. I am. I don't talk to most people to make a video about. People seem okay with those. I've had brief conversations with Amy and Jared, and they've always been very pleasant. That's my experience with them. But then they would be, because I went hell for leather at the Angry Cajun for making ladies cry. I was buying a house when it was for sale. I was very tempted. I will say now, I want to know what they captured. Creature being set back. Enjoyed Amy's child prior to Jared. She's delightful. I don't think I've ever watched Amy's Crypt without Jared being on there, to be fair. Need to get Crow to the UK. What UK location would you buy if you could? I'll probably get in trouble for this. I would buy Ye Old King's Head. I would buy My Haunted Hotel. I would buy it with all of the cameras in there. I'd repaint everything white. I'd turn it back into what it should have been. An oldish looking hotel, or very old looking hotel. I'd strip all the My Haunted stuff off there. And then I wouldn't let anyone in for a year. And I would just let those cameras go on a live feed for a year. People can go in and invest. No, actually not have pay in public and all that. Teams that I trust, teams that I enjoy, other debunkers, have them all go in there, but leave those cameras on and give people access to just watch whenever they want. You'd probably have to put a price on it just to see if things happen, and if they happen as often as what's being claimed. Because obviously I doubt things are happening as often. That being said, Ye Old King's Head has got a history of hauntings. And I think that a genuine person owning it and just leaving the cameras run for a year, and then if something is happening, you can be like, holy shit, those guys had a point. Now let teams come in, but keep those cameras running. So there's no, people come in and they sign a disclaimer. I'm aware that I'm on camera and the live feed is going out everywhere. I know there's a lot of people that have said that they can't live stream from there because of the internet. It's 2025. Paranormal Big Brother? Yeah, but just let people go in there and do what they want. And it could either expose the business as it is now, or it could bolster it. Because if you're getting things that are not so easily explainable on a weekly basis, then it could lend some credibility to them. I don't think that it's that active. Which King's Head are you talking about? I went to the one in Cheddar with the scene who sent me haunted, pretty chill evening. Chester. Love to explore the legends of the Tower of London. Tower of London's epic. Anyone remember Renee's Ghost? It was a website with just constant live feeds. Early 2000. Don't remember that. Addition to disclaimer. Beardo can use every fart joke as his own. Yes, I can. I'm with you, Beardo. My haunted hotel needs to be exposed. It's more... It's less about... I don't want to fucking war with Danny and all them lot. I would like to see if that place, without all of the My Haunted Hotel stuff, is active, is capable. Because long before Most Haunted went there, there are reports of hauntings there. There's a book going back decades of people recording things. If it came available, not the hotel, I wouldn't buy 30 East Drive. I think that's been done to death. No matter how many cameras you put in there, you could never have a quiet night. I don't know. Yeah, maybe the hotel. Delta 4, thank you for the subscription. Obviously, there's fucking hell, Conjuring 2. I said the name of it already. I'd like, because people have said there's been things happening in that house after those events. If somebody could put a statement together to be like, yeah, I lived there for like 6 years and I had this, and this. I think that could be another cool one. Not to hire out for a year, just cameras, live streams, just see what happens. I would buy a property with minimal history online, send people in with no prior knowledge, any paranormal credentials, then see what people pick up over time. It's a good idea. You trust people to do a lot of research beforehand? I don't distrust people that don't do research, because I don't like to know histories of buildings when I go into them. I don't like to know. I would rather go in and see if something happens. Now, obviously, 30 East Drive, I know the claims, I know the stories, and then you deep dive into the stories, and you're like, actually, there is no well. Actually, why would a monk be there? And then me and Justin did the same research, it looks like, because we knew what was told to us about the Skirrid Inn. But what you can prove and what is said about the Skirrid Inn are very different. Doesn't mean that it's not all true. Doesn't mean it's all a lie. People live in Enfield House are missing a trip. I think it's still owned by the council, John Boy. I think the council still own it. You stop giving 30 East Drive airtime. I mean, the caretaker who tried to make coins flying about and got caught. I'm sick of hearing about that place. I get it. I like East Drive because I've had some weird things happen there. It's kind of one of the only places. But, yeah, that damaged the reputation, and all the fakers go in there constantly, and there's poltergeist activity and shit. I'm like, that's not what fucking happens there. And then I get pissed off when I go in. I'm like, nothing's fucking happening. Of course it's not. I'd like to go in. I like to go in knowing the history, but hearing it from the staff, the owners themselves, or from time to time, it bites me in the ass. I prefer not to know, but if, like, 30 East Drive, where I know a lot about it, if, like, the Skirrid, where I've heard all of the stories, and I watched Most Haunted back in the day, then I like to research it to see how much of it is true. And me and Justin, we didn't realise we'd both done research. We both stood there, and we were like, so, did you research it? Yep. Guess what? And then we were telling each other, we were like, ah, fuck. But it's still a cool place. I'll go back to the Skirrid Inn at some point. Lep Castle would be nice. Oh, yeah. Haunted UK. Is that the show that Justin and Kev did? You can get primed with ghost stories. You absolutely can. I had a steak knife life account for no reason. It would be great if I had a camera on it. It would be. Council in Enfield, they may have the right to buy. Yeah, it'd be interesting. It would be interesting, but given my experience at places, given my history at places, I'd be throwing however many thousands of pounds down the drain, because I just don't... I don't get the experiences other people do. Candleston. Candleston I did a lot of research on because of things that happen there, or the feeling that I get there, and it's things that a lot of people get. But I only found out after Llancair. Do you know what? It's a shame that place has gone under. A massive shame. Such a big part of being a kid in South Wales was going to Llancaich Fawr. And it would be like, the school would be like, we go into this historical museum. You get on the bus and you and all your mates would be like, it's fucking haunted. Do you reckon we'll see a ghost? Good evening, Jerry Sats. True, you also have the... I've had experiences, yeah. But I have gone to what are notoriously the most haunted places in the United Kingdom, and... You know, I've had weird things at 30 East Drive, but have I had things that are in line with it being the home of the most violent poltergeist in the UK? Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not. But, at the same point, there are people that have gone there that I trust. That I trust implicit. Justin from Paranormal Monkey thought the place was a con and a rip-off, and he has had some of his more profound experiences there. I think with me, I'm so jaded by YouTube dude bro ghost hunters, maybe I'm too skeptical. But then, are we going to boil down to that argument that we don't get activity because we're too skeptical? The more skeptical I'm becoming, is that why I'm not get... Who knows? I'm not stopping investigate. I'll be honest, when I came back from the Skirrid, we had one thing, and I was like, am I wasting my fucking time? But then when I'm in editing, I'm looking at that one thing, I'm like, well, that's how the paranormal works. It's often just these little things that could or couldn't be, and it's the interest and the intrigue, and I need to look further into this, as opposed to, fucking hell, a knife is just thrown across the kitchen, and I've been dragged up the stairs by Stuart fucking Torville. Investigate first, research after, see if it matches up. There's pros and cons to both. There are pros and cons to both. Respect Jason Halls for investigating, looking back at footage, trying to debunk, and we'll call people out who are faking. Absolutely, me and Jason don't publicly talk about each other as much anymore. And some people think there's an issue. There's not. He still speaks to me almost every Sunday without fail. He spoke to me last Sunday, and then he randomly messaged me Tuesday asking me some questions. Jason has sent me footage. Can you have a look at this and give me your opinion on it? Of course I can. Llancaich is opening in time for Halloween. Is it? I didn't stay closed long. I wonder who's got it and what they're doing with it. I'll never forget what happened to Griff 30 East Drive. The chest push, yeah. Must have missed that video. Would it be considered the most notorious... What would be considered the most notorious... 30 East Drive is notoriously the most haunted house in the UK. There are a lot of stories with there. There's a lot of fake bullshit come out of there. I have had weird things happen there. One of them I dismissed, and I shouldn't have. I should have looked further into it. But people I trust have had bizarre experiences there. We thought 30 East Drive was rubbish, but then we had the doll. 30 East Drive is a weird, weird place. You can go there time after time and nothing, and then you'll get something, and it's just weird. There was my third visit there. I can't remember the team I went with. They've kind of changed the content up now. They're doing more historical, true crime and stuff. Lovely people. And then about 3 o'clock in the morning, I just had this overwhelming feeling of being scared. And I don't get that. And I sat in 30 East Drive like, fucking hell. This is that feeling everyone's talking about. And eventually I was like, fuck this, I'm off. Everyone else is going home. I'm fucking going home as well. What kind of bizarre experience? I'm not talking about the doll pram coming down the stairs. I'm talking about myself, 3 Spires, Dean, and Doodle walking in there. And I saw somebody, what I thought was somebody, dart from the kitchen into the living room. I was like, ah, great, Carol's in here. I thought the place was ours for the night. And I think, right, Dean didn't see it, but felt weird as soon as he walked in. Me and Lee saw it, and I think Doodle only saw our reaction. And then later in the night, Dean saw something at the top of the stairs, and I dismissed everything down to high EMF. But then when I looked into high EMF, there's no proof that it causes hallucinations. Camera's acting like a naughty child again. It's because I've had my hand by my face. Stop it, you little prick. Right, we've got 5 minutes left. It's gonna have to... I'll just not move. We investigate for the paranormal, see some amazing... Oh, there's nothing better. Each 30 Strives an odd place, felt odd walking in. Yeah, and a lot of people will say that's because you're primed for it. It was your first time there. You've got the knowledge of what's gone on there, so you're going to be freaked out. The first time, yeah, that was my 4th... Yeah, that was my 4th visit there. And I'd walked in there 3 times prior. First time felt a bit weird. Every time after... Nothing. That time, bizarrely thought I saw something. Who provides the facts? The paranormal's in a fucking mess right now. Really is. You got TikTok just making a laughing stock, and YouTube is slowly going down the route of that TikTok style of paranormal fast, hard cut edits, and I fucking hate it. I mean, look at what Ghost Trip Investigations are doing. That's the next generation of paranormal. This high energy, more about them than the locations and stuff. And then, you know, they put out a 2-hour video and an hour of it is them fucking about. And you get the investigation, they pull out all the devices and do the Sam Colby stuff, and then they're in a pool at the end of it. It's a shame. If it helps, before my experience, I thought it was a scam, and I didn't think it was remotely haunted and was living off its reputation from 1969. Exactly. And I trust Justin. I've never had reason to think Justin has lied about anything, because I did it to Justin at 30 Strive. Like, tell me about your location, and I watched him squirm, because he doesn't... He's like, yeah, well, what happened? And he looks uncomfortable, because he's a skeptic. You can the actual facts of places, we won't find them on haunted webs. No. Look, History 30 East Drive, new paper reports, wounded over the air, stuff like that. And 30 East Drive, you can... I'm sorry, this camera is pissing me off. Ugh. Beardo, did you debunk the door opening in the little room upstairs, 30 East Drive? Yeah. I debunked it there with a team called Connecting to Afterlife. And that is why I told 2 ghost girls that it's not paranormal, because you can trigger it and the latch is broke. I mean, the giveaway is, when the guy was like, we'll debunk it, look how hard I've got to push on it and now the door is moved. There you go, it must have been a ghost. It's like, no. If how many doors have I got in this house? The only one if I lean on will open is that one, because it's broke. If you lean on a door and it opens, it's broke. It's not a fucking ghost. If you push on a door, it needs to stay shut. That's what they are designed to do. That's why there's handles. You know my thoughts on TikTok? The whole reason places get massively... I have watched people stood in the lane that used to be Fred West's house doing spirit boxes on TikTok. Fucking scumbags. And I made a video about it. And I called them out and I went at them, and then I'm like, all I'm doing is getting eyes on these people. It's like Zach Baggins, like an MTV presenter. Yeah, it's... But it's bleeding into YouTube now. Do you use a spirit level, Beard? I did. I used it wrong. Hey, but at least I owned it and laughed at myself and said I'm a fucking idiot. Primary sources are easier than ever to find. I love it, like birth certificates, deeds, and records. In the UK... privacy and stuff, it's a bit harder than the United States, but yeah, you can find out you can find out a lot online. I didn't expect anything to happen to 30 East Drive. Yeah, Dean went to 30 East Drive very, very skeptical, very, very like the whole place is a fucking con. But I just want to see if I can experience something, and he saw something dart across the landing whilst he was going up the stairs, and immediately he dismissed it because of high EMF in the house. Just listen to these people. Nobody normal talks like that. True. Justin looks closer to 40. Justin's actually older than me. Fred West. See, yeah, and not only was Fred West total sicko, but this is in living memory. Those really disgusting things that Fred and Rose West did is in living memory. And now people are stood in the lane between two houses of people that are going to be... I imagine it's really hard to sell a house on that street. House on the market, and it's on, Cromwell Street. Yeah, you can have it for £1,000, mate. Nah, you're alright. And now there's people stood in that lane doing spirit box sessions. It's bad for the people that still live there. They are traumatised enough by what was dug up on their street and the fact that the news were on their doorstep for years. And now there's fucking ghost hunters there. Really? Fred said under the floor. No, he didn't, you fucking prick. Oh. People are getting more invasive with it as well. I had a lot of shit for calling out one of the Ghost Bros for going to Matthew. Shit, what was his name? Chandler from Friends. I had so many people come at me. He's respectful. He's respectfully doing a spirit box at his grave, talking to him. No, he's not. The guy's been dead less than a decade, and you're sat there doing a spirit box so everyone can hear you, and then when people walk past and speak, go... Sorry. Matthew Perry. I thought Perry was in my head, and I was like, no, I'm thinking of Luke Perry, because I watched something about him earlier today. Stop fucking doing it. Stop going into people's final resting places that have been dead for a couple of months or a couple of years, sitting on their gravestones in the middle of the day and then giving people the fucking side eye because they're looking a bit pissed off at you being there with... while they are visiting their dead loved ones. I don't care how fucking nice a guy people say he is. It is a dickish move. It is a dickish move to sit on somebody's grave, do a spirit box, and then interrupt other people that are trying to spend some time with their deceased loved ones, deal with their grief and all the rest of it. Just fuck off. Go and pay for a location or go and do an abandoned. Oh, but he's such a nice guy. You're such a bully. Am I? Beto, have you seen the Ghost Girls? I've only done one video on them. I'll probably never cover them again. We have a website in Ireland where you enter a town name and it shows the archives of handwritten school kids' stories from as far back as the 20s. That's fucking cool. I mean, I did an investigation at the site of a mining disaster, and me and Dean, a lot of people said we were very respectful about it, and I still don't like what I did. Even though we were very respectful, and then we used the fucking ghost app. We were very new to it all. And the ghost app said demon, and I lost my shit. I didn't shout at the, you know, potentially spirits there. I shouted at the ghost app, like, for fuck's sake, demon, here. It's a tragic sight. I turned it off, and I'm never using one of these apps again. It was the last time I used one, I think. And I'm still like, was it... It wasn't quite within living memory, but... And I did get a little bit of... I got quite upset when we were looking at the plaques on the floor, and I was like, holy shit. There were children working in that mine when the explosion happened. I cut the video. I live near Plainfield where Ed Gein lived, and the locals would love it if people would stop coming to talk to Ed. Especially when it's serial killers, right? Your whole... town, street, area code becomes associated with some of the most heinous... Not Aberfan. I'd never do Aberfan. This was way, way before Aberfan. I'd never have done Aberfan. Way too close. No. Too many people alive that remember that and new people that were there. No. I don't know where it was now. But I still regret doing it. I remember speaking to Paul from Ghosts on Trent, and I was like, I think I need to take that down. And he was like, the comments are saying you've been respectful, and then you walked away, you got a bit emotional and walked away, you got pissed off at the apps and the devices, because it wasn't showing respect, so you left. He was like, it's a good way to show how you should be doing more sensitive things, even though I don't agree with me doing it in the first place. His victim's family still live there. Yeah, and moral choice. We've done the location where children's bodies were murdered and dumped in Cannock Chase. We didn't use any of it out of respect. Yeah. Aberfan off limits. My mother and cousin went over to try and help dig the kids out. Yeah, Aberfan, absolutely not. Live in memory. Live in memory and the serial killer stuff. You know, people are going to the Villisca Axe Murder House, and you can buy key rings with an axe and blood on it. You can buy t-shirts with an axe and blood on it. Like, are we forgetting people were murdered in there? And all the neighbours are only known for, you know, in the UK it's a bit different. You go to 30 East Drive and it's like, oh yeah, young girl's pulled up the stairs by her hair, but she's still alive. The neighbours of 30 East Drive don't so much get pissed off with people going there. They roll their eyes and they're like, are you fucking mad? What are you going in there for? And it is about a 50-50 split from people I've spoken to outside 30 East Drive, where some are like, are you fucking mad? Why are you going in there? It's not even haunted. And then the other half is, are you mad going in there? It's really haunted. It's dangerous in there. And then when I tell people I've been 6 times, they're like, really? How many times have you been hurt? None. How many knives you had thrown? None. How many things you seen fly across the room? None. Aberfan was awful. Yeah, Aberfan was just the most terrible disaster. The worst thing in South Wales. But it feels more real and on the nose in South Wales because we all grew up in miners' cottage houses. Terraced houses now, but they were miners' cottages. My childhood home, the estates around my childhood home, they were all built by the councils for the miners. My grandfather was a miner. He died essentially from asbestos in his heart. The asbestos got to his heart, and that's what killed my grandfather. So mining, particularly in South Wales, areas of Yorkshire and stuff, where there's been disasters, but this took out a school with kids. I wouldn't do that. And I didn't realise with this other... It was an explosion that killed people, but I didn't realise that there were kids in there. And it was only when I read the plates and I was like, holy shit. I still live in those minor villages? Yeah, I mean... I think Dandalf knows where I grew up. Massive. I think a lot of people from where you lived and where I lived, Mr. Grey, would have gone to one of the same mines. You know, you had Aberfan, but then where the Heritage Park is in the Rhondda, we probably both had family work there. Big Pit and all the rest. Mining is such a part of Welsh history that, yeah, that's why I regretted that investigation. Right, it is actually 9 o'clock, isn't it? Right. Let me see if anyone's got a premiere on. It doesn't look like anybody... Right, let me look live. Anybody live? No. Camera's possessed. It just... I think it overheats and just the track turns on and won't turn off. Zach Bacon's claims if you look into a doll's eyes, it'll attack you. Everyone looks into it. Same as that stupid fucking Robert the doll. Oh, if you take a photo of it, you die. Well, how many people got photos of it? 3 Spires as a premiere right now. Why is that not showing for me? There we go, guys. We're going to send everyone over to 3 Spires. He has got a premiere. YouTube notifications are on for 3 Spires, yet nothing. Right, guys, please go and check out my mate Lee from 3 Spires. He has a video, Paranormal Activity in a Disused Church, ? There's the important bit. Got annoyed by haunted prices. Calm down now. Dandalf, it's not like you to get annoyed. What happened there? Ghosts on Trent at the premiere as well. I often send people to Ghosts on Trent. Let's give 3 Spires a go. Guys, please hit the link at the top of the chat. That will take you over to 3 Spires. Fantastic friend of mine. Bit of an idiot, but we love idiots around these parts. Go check out some spooky content. I'll be live at 2 PM tomorrow for the usual gaming stuff. Video out at 7 PM where I rant about prices, etc, etc. Have a fantastic rest of your weekend. Catch you tomorrow. Much love to you all. Beardo out.
You feel like coming down, and Beardo goes around and in a row. Can I get a row? Dressed up like a T-Rex with that perfect strut. All the people in the chat's just going nuts. You need a row. Can I get a row? If you're not feeling well, it's a nice surprise to get her off a Beardo whenever he's live. With the tiny little arms and the flowing tail. If you don't like it, you can go fuck yourself. Can I get a row? You can get a row.
I know you're all waiting for it. How do ghosts like their eggs? Terrified. Eh? I know you like it.